as well see what's going on with everybody out there. I'll go live. So it might be a little noisy because I'm using the phone and I do have the heater running, but I'm going to wander over here real quick and check something. This way I can kind of see the chat. All right. Hey, what's up, Ahmed? How you doing, man? Like I said, I thought I'd jump on. Sorry, I'm going to be bouncing back and forth. Audio is probably not that great because I'm just using the phone and I'm kind of far away. But just getting the FSC cutter ready. I'm going to cut up 5 sheets of ACM. I got to cut them down to 24 by 24 for doing more of these ACM signs. So I figure a good opportunity to jump on live and see what's going on with everybody. I can't see much of the chat over here, but I can see it over here, so I'm going to wander back and forth. What spring? What spring broke? I don't even remember a spring. Are you talking about the one that retracts the handle? I'm assuming there's probably one in there. I have had some parts replaced. Not too long ago, actually, I bought, because mine's the old version, so I bought one of the new cutting heads. Gotcha. Yeah. So you've got to manually flip it up instead of having the spring pressure. Mine, the spring's weak. It doesn't always return back, so I just kind of pop my thumb up. So yeah, load in a sheet and do some cutting. So yeah, that's probably pretty reflective right now too, isn't it? Since I'm showing the aluminum side. And my shoulder's still killing me, so. Makes cuts a little less pretty than I'd like. Just because I have to stop on my stroke. I always forget with the ACM cutter, I got to drag it up out of the way. But it is what it is, right? So. Funny, this one looks like it's going to be a hair short. No, it's actually a hair long, which is kind of odd. I think I'm not getting quite perpendicular cuts. I think I need to check my calibration on it. I mean, according to this, that should be it. Wait a minute. Actually, it's not. It's a hair long. So let me check this real quick. Yep. Just a little bit of a shave on that one. one of 5 cut down, or do I have 6? Maybe it's 6. I don't think I really need 6. I think I've actually got to do. I got to do the math. See, I get 8 2x2s out of a sheet. I need 40. Let's see, 50 is the order, but I've got 2, 4, 6 over there, so I only need 44. So 4.5 sheets, roughly, something like that. You know what I forgot too? Let me check something here. I'm trying to remember how I can go. Hopefully you can still hear me. All right, I'm gonna try. Try and bring up Discord. I don't know if it's going to let me. Jump on there without downloading the app. Yeah. Looks like it's going to make me download it. I've not used Discord on my iPad. I don't use the iPad all that frequently, so. I guess while we're waiting on that, we can do the next cut. Huh. Okay, now that's interesting because now I'm showing that this one's going to be a little short. Yeah, it's quite a bit short, which is interesting. I don't know why. I guess that board was just a hair off. You know, stuff like that happens, right? So what else are you up to this morning? Anything exciting? I'm sure a lot of people aren't even awake yet. We're definitely not online yet. let's see if I can get Discord up. The next problem is remembering my login. Don't know. I hate that, man. I hate when it. Don't remember what the password is. Nope. And if I have it reset, God dog it, sucks. It's gonna send it to my freaking email. Pain in the butt. So if I come on the phone and mess with it, it's gonna reset that. So let me go wander over there and check. Probably won't be able to hear me very well with all the noise. Alright, so let's try this. Alright, so let's see if that works. Okay, let's see if I can share, copy. Oops, that's not that. All right, now I've got it. So let me get back where I can see comments again. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so back to cutting. A little piece cut off on that one too. What's up, T-Town? How you doing, man? Sorry, my audio is going to be a little weak right now. I'm using my phone rather than a cordless mic, so. Yeah, I'm cutting ACM, so aluminum composite board. I need to cut down basically almost 6 sheets. We're just doing the first cut, so we're doing the cross cut basically, and then we've got to cut all those in half again. So, sure I do. Got what we need to do the job, right? So, I may have seen this. You may have seen this before, but so this is one of the finished signs. So we're got to do another 50 of them for this company. And it's an odd cold morning this morning here. It was like 70 degrees yesterday here in the Dallas area, and it's 30 this morning, so I think it's supposed to get to like 38 around 10 or 11 o'clock, and then maybe up to like low 40s. Luckily it's sunny. Let's see, where do they hang them? So they're going to be hung there's 150 locations, or no, I'm sorry, there's 70, no, I can't remember the number. I'll have to go back and look at my numbers. But anyhow, they hang them in various spots. Some of them are hanging on the building, some are hanging on fences, some are they're hanging them in different ways. So it's all kind of location dependent as to how they're being hung. So they'll end up drilling through them basically and mounting them, either to a concrete wall, to a standard wall, to a metal wall, to fencing, etc. So that's why we're not pre-drilling them, because they really need them done on site, depending on how they're being mounted. Little aluminum strip. should probably count them because I know I don't need this whole one cut down. Sorry, let me go back to the chat. So what kind of stuff is it again? Like I said, yeah, it's what they call ACM or aluminum composite. Let me grab a smaller piece. Or actually here, I can just show you on the sign. So it's basically, you can see the black, that's a PVC core. And then there's aluminum on both facings. So it's almost like a sandwich, right? So there's aluminum on the outside, on this side. And this side, I can get these different ways. This one I bought with raw aluminum on the back. And then this had white aluminum on the face. And then my graphic goes on the face. So I can get them different ways, different thicknesses, etc. So it's a little bit cheaper than thicker aluminum, but it's thicker than that kind of aluminum. So it's got its benefits. Let me double check this count real quick. All right, so I've got 19 right now, which seems like an odd number. Oh, that can't be right, is it? All right, yeah, that's more like a 20. We got 20 of them cut down, so that's 40 boards. And I need 44, so really I only need to cut 2 strips off of this other sheet. And then I'll have some extra on this one for the next part of the job. Alright, so that's our 2, so now I can take this one off. It's one thing, when you got raw aluminum, you get a little aluminum on your hands. Yeah, you've probably seen it and didn't even realize what it was, right? It just looks like kind of like aluminum from the face, so unless you're really paying attention to it, you wouldn't know it's ACM. But there's different types, so. I see a few other people on there say, hey, so I know you're here. I'm going to continue cutting. Now we've got to cut we've got to cut these down to 2x2s. Got to figure out where I want to stack these actually. What's up, Rye? How you doing, man? T-Town. It depends on the type of board. Like I said, there's different grades of ACM. This particular ACM runs like, my cost is like 60, I think 65 bucks a board. Yeah, and I got a pretty good deal actually on it. So, but again, there's different grades. So, you know, you can't say all ACM is going to be priced like that. That's just this particular style and grade. Wow, Cato, what's up, man? How are you doing, Ryan? Yeah, it's 30. It's 30 here today, or 30, it was when I walked the dog this morning. So I think it's supposed to get up to like 36, 38 by 10, and then like 42, 44 this afternoon. It was bizarre. It was like 72 yesterday. So it's actually kind of warm out here right now. The garage is at yeah, I'm at 72 degrees out here right now, so it's actually pretty comfortable. I really don't probably need it. Hey, Ryan, did you guys end up deciding on a laser? Oh, that, by the way, that's for Cato, Rye, not you, Rye. Wow, really? So 62, yeah, 32. Yeah, so similar. Hey, T-Town, yeah, I mean, yeah, it would get expensive if you don't have a local supplier. That's not a problem for us. I get free delivery on this stuff. So I've actually got another one of those coming today, and then 5 sheets of 4 foot by 8 foot coroplast too. So actually, I meant to order that on the order yesterday, and I forgot, so I added it this morning. So they're going to try and get that out to me this afternoon. 23, yeah, that's cold. 80 by 30 building, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You got enough property to do that with. That's very cool. When would that be ready, Rye? Is that going to be ready like this summer? Referring to the building. That's what the other Rye needs to do, is build a building. Yeah, I know, and prices are way up. Are you doing metal building, or are you doing stick, or what? Oh, gotcha, okay. So stick. Wow, 300 amps. Wow, that's awesome. I think it was going to cost that land that I screwed up and didn't buy a couple years back. I think for like a 280 amp circuit. I mean, of course, there was nothing on the property either. It was going to cost like $6,000 for the transformer and then bringing that power in. And that was like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, so five now. So who knows how much that would be these days. Like I said, everything's up on price. T-Town, so I did two different types. You'll notice on the back of them, one of them is going to have Orifal paper, and then I believe the other one is just white. So different materials, just try each one and see what works best for you. But I mean, both are designed to be lower tack and removable, so you might find that the plain white back one might work a little better just because it's a thicker material, but just try them and see. And then keep up with which one you like better, so that way on the future ones we'll just do that version. Oh, so you got a detached 2636 now? That's awesome. Oh, very, very cool. I didn't realize you had that much land. I thought you were only on like an acre or two. Yeah, that would be nice. That land I screwed up on and didn't buy was 15 acres. And I probably haven't talked to you, Ryan, about it, Cato, but when I back then I could have bought it for $98,000, and now it's $680. Yeah, luckily that land was all it was actually 51 acres total, and they were divided into a 15, a 15, and a 16 acre, and so it was all just like hay fields. So they had a contract with somebody that would grow it and keep it, and that way I kept the land, the farm ag exemption. So I probably would have done exactly that. I probably would have just built I was going to build a 50 by 100 building, live in one end, have the office in the other end, and then have all the warehouse and stuff in the middle, at least to start with. So I would have only taken one acre out for that, and then the other 14 acres would have been ag exempt, and I would have let them keep growing hay until it changed, right? And with the long-term plan was to give some of that land to kids, etc. And heck, with the values today, I could have sold off a couple acres and paid the whole thing. Yeah, I'm getting hot out here now. Probably either need to turn down the heat or take off the sweater. Just turn down the heat for now. Hey, T-Town, you still there? You may have stepped away. Hey, Cato, I gotta go to Vegas next week for a trade show. We ought to all get together for SEMA sometime. Dad, or talk to Derek about doing another San Antonio. I don't know that I want to stay at Red Roof Inn again, though. You never came to SEMA with us back in the day? When we used to meet out there? For some reason, I thought you did. Oh, okay. I guess it was just, I know Deanne and Randy would make it, usually Mike, Brian, Tony, me. There was a couple others that would make it. For some reason, I thought you did. I want to say Dave may have made it once, Dave Cullum. I know him, Tony, what was the other guy's name of Kansas City that lived near Tony? My mind just went blank. I know they drove down to help me move when we moved houses. Adam was a kid back in the early, back in the early days, so I don't think he ever went. He may have gone later, of course. When Adam was first coming down from Oklahoma for the shows with his girlfriend, he was coming with his dad. kind of like Aaron Lepart. He would come with his dad a lot. All right, one more to hit. Oh yeah, well, same here. Hey man, that stuff was like a lifetime ago. Shoot, that was like 99, 2000, 2001. That was kind of the peak of that time. So going back over 20 years now. All right, let me, hang on one second. Yeah, and then back in the PSN days, also. Let me, actually I can move that later. Looks like the system is a little behind. But yeah, got all those cut down. So next step will be doing the print production, basically making 50 of these. Although, like I said, I've got 6 over there already packed up for this order. So I've really only got 44 of these to do. And I've already got most of them printed and ready. So just a couple more to do. And then they've got apparently a few that are going up into the area of Canada where it's legally required on the sign. So they can't make another version in French and have it posted next to it. They need it on the same physical sign. So this is going to get changed to fit both English and French. And I got to ship that to a couple of other locations up in Canada. Good old odd laws of Canada. So, but it is what it is. So. So I guess T-Town didn't make it back. He's probably installing tint on a car. Or he might be doing embroidery. I was gonna show him something. This thing's awesome. Crane makes by far the best scraper. I've got their standard scraper, which is normally it's over half the length, and it still surpasses every other scraper we've ever used. And then I found this boy, and for some of those windows when you're scraping, especially on the commercial side, to get something with a little bit more range of motion, especially on the long reach windows, this is going to be fantastic. So still built the exact same head style, the same weight. There's zero deflection in the blades with this head style, better than any other units we've ever used, and they're not crazy expensive either. So I was just going to show you that, T-Town. So if you come back to the video and you have a need for a good quality scraper, look at Crane, C-R-A-I-N. This one is the Model 360, and then I believe it's I think it's a 350 is the short handle version, which is what we've got a couple of. Actually, you know what? I've got one of those here. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so here's the standard handle version. Good and Crane. But man, this head's fantastic. It's nice and weighty, doesn't allow any blade deflection. Fantastic for doing a lot of scraping, which we've got a couple commercial buildings. Shoot, we've got 2 buildings coming up that we've got to do 2 floors on one building and 1 floor on another building. We've got to strip all the old tin out of the building. They're completely gutting the building and redoing it, and then retint the whole building. So yeah, it's going to be exhausting. But so this is our standard one that I've been using, which is fantastic. Again, it's way better than the other cheapy scrapers you get at Home Depot and Lowe's, and actually they're not much more expensive. And then this is the new long handle version, so you can kind of get a sense for it. Anyhow, all right, well, hope you guys had fun watching me cut up aluminum. So I don't see much going on in the chat right now, so unless I'm missing something, I will probably go in and take care of some more print production stuff. Figure out, I've still got to do more print production for the trade show next week out in Vegas too. Hey T-Tam. No worries, no worries. Hey, I was just showing you and everybody the scrapers. I don't know what you're using as far as like stripping scrapers. Like I said, I know you don't do much flat work, so it's probably not a big deal, but this is the long handle version I just got, but the standard version is just like half the length. But if you haven't found the Crane scrapers, C-R-I-A-N, by far the best scrapers a bunch of us have used since we discovered them. So like I said, this is a long one. I just found the long version. Most of us use the standard length, but you know, when you're doing a lot of big commercial windows, this extra reach is going to be nice. But man, zero deflection in the heads. They're fantastic scrapers. So you may look and see if you have a need for doing any flat work, especially stripping. But what I was saying was we've got 2 buildings that we've got to do coming up, where we got to strip and tint the entire buildings that are getting gutted. So not a small project. They'll be probably a couple weeks. So I'm going to try and get labor help to do the scraping. We'll just provide the tools and guidance and make sure they don't scratch glass. And then we'll have to do final cleaning, and then of course replacement. We'll do a dual reflective tint. Yeah, removing is not fun. So, but they work great. And I can also tell you the blades to use if you ever have the need for these, the 4-inch blades. So the blades that we've used for a long time work well, but we found that Crane actually makes a blade, and I don't remember the name of it now, but Crane actually makes a blade that lasts 2 to 3 times longer than our other blades. And our other blades are like, I think it's like 21 bucks for 100. And the Crane blades that last at least twice as long, sometimes even longer, are 26 for 100. So hell of a value really, and they're beefy. The little 100 pack thing weighs like 5 pounds. I mean, they're dense blades. It's a quality blade. Really, you had to scrape that Mustang? And what, doesn't that have a defroster in the glass, like exposed, so you can't really scrape? That's what's nice with some of the newer ones. I mean, it's actually inside the glass rather than on the outside of the glass. Not like the old ones where it was all on the surface of the glass. Like my Grand Prix, Ryan, Cato, which mine's finally starting to fall apart, the tint and the vinyl and the paint. I need to try and decide to do something about that thing. I just don't have the time right now or the space. I'm sure the animals have eaten away a lot of the wiring too. Oh, no kidding. So you scraped them off? Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you gave him that as an option. Said, look, if you want this stripped, this is what's going to happen. Make sure you disconnect them so you don't end up causing a fire back there too. Disconnect the lines to the glass. Sometimes we've done a couple of vehicles where the amount of time and effort it was going to take to strip, I had a glass guy come out and replace the glass. I mean, you know, for $300 you could replace the glass with new glass rather than me spending 6 hours trying to strip it. I mean, it's not worth it. Okay, well that's cool. At least he knows. I'd hate to have to deal with that after the fact. Customers like, what's up with my defroster? Doesn't work after you tinted it. Yeah, yeah, I can see that for sure. Well, very cool. Well, like I said, I'm gonna get back in, do some more printing. Oh, he did. Oh, cool. Okay, so you can actually do that within TintWiz. You can send them something that show or like a waiver or a waiver, and have them acknowledge it and sign off on it. That's cool because that gives you a good way to track it, um, without having to deal with pieces of paper and tracking those. I'm assuming that just stays in the job file for TintWiz. There's a couple CRM ones, so it kind of depends on which one you're referring to. A couple of the guys have been asking about the one that was kind of designed more for detailers. I mean, it still does the same, still works. You know, my thing is that if we're gonna end up adding something like that at some point, we're gonna focus more on the flat glass side, not vehicles. So you know, it'd be nice, and it sounds like TintWiz can handle both well. So you know, I'm not sure about some of the other ones, like the detailing one. I mean, it's very vehicle specific, so that doesn't really buy me anything as far as doing commercial work or even homes for that matter. Not that I'm going to try and go after the home business. I'd rather stick with the commercial, but yeah, that's cool. Okay, so that's good because you know, it'd be nice to have even on some commercial jobs where we tell them, you know, look, we don't recommend this because of this type of glass. It's possible you're going to bust seals or, you know, but they're like, no, we want that anyhow. I'm like, well, okay. So, you know, we normally just have them sign off something on the invoice, but it'd be nice to have that in the system. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So that would be helpful then. What was the pricing? Isn't it like $100 a month? That's the only challenge. I mean, obviously with enough flat glass work, it's not a problem. But right now, it's not really a focus. We're only doing it for referrals. We're not actively going out and seeking out that work. We've got enough to keep us busy. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm looking down at the chat. But yeah, That's good to know. Like I said, once we can justify the $100 a month. Oh, okay. So they don't have like a generic waiver. You can just create whatever you want in the waiver. So I guess your best thing is to obviously contact a local attorney in your state, even in your county, to get that waiver verbiage. But something like that's a good start. Yeah, potentially. Like I said, on the commercial side, we've been turning away more of that work. I've got a dealer that we did some tint for on their newer building in December. No, number one, I still haven't billed them for it, but and we did shade. I did rolling shades for them too, and other windows. But they've decided they want to add the front of the building on too. So, and that was given to me in early January, and we haven't even got it scheduled yet. So there's just a lot of other stuff going on. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the name, but remind me and I'll look him up, or if you want, send me a link on Facebook to his either his business or him, and I'll just kind of take a look at it. Yeah, because normally on flat, and that's another thing, normally on flat, what we do is, well, especially in commercial, we'll actually draw, we'll sketch it out. Um, so I'm assuming you don't have that kind of capability in TintWiz. You pretty much just have like descriptions, right? Like room, window number, whatever. I guess you just say north facing window, blah, blah, blah. It just stinks to have to do that for every entry unless you can duplicate your data, which maybe you can in TintWiz. Maybe you can duplicate last entry, so that way it predefines your. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, because if it predefines your defaults, then that wouldn't be too bad. But if you've got 12 windows on the northeast or the north wall, on the north wall or the north entry wall, I don't want to have to type in north entry wall on every single window measurement that I take, you know. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, when the time comes, I'll definitely look at that closer. Because the other problem we run into is, we'll sketch it all out and we'll have it in our, if I'm doing a job, I'll have it in my quote book. If Alan's doing a job, he'll have it in his quote book, and we're not on the same page all the time. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, like I said, send me a link on Facebook and I'll take a look. I'm wondering if I couldn't use that for doing, well, probably not. I was gonna say, I wonder if that wouldn't work for some of my window perf commercial jobs too. Because I mean, the process is the same, it's not tint related. Okay, yeah, cool, that'll work. Let me know if you got some time a little bit later. Actually, I'll have some free time in about a half hour, but no rush. But if it happens, great. Just let me know or hit me up on Facebook. All right, guys. Well, it was nice chatting. Nice having you guys here. Hit the like for me. That way at least it's kind of logged. So, and we're just over an hour, so it works, right? So, anyhow. You guys have a good one, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Have a good weekend if I don't see you.